Hellwar news for this lovely 4th day of February. Welcome to the show. This is part 2 of It's Time to Talk About False Flag Terrorism. I'm your host, Hellwar News, Glenny. And let's just get right down to business. Where we left off was the capture of Eric Haroun, caught red-handed as ISIS fighter in Syria for al-Nusra. And yeah, we're just going to continue on from there. Let's give her shit. Now, if you remember, I'm not too sure, a lot of you who watched my show for the last 10 years, going on 11 now, will remember I made a video about the United States plot to use chemical weapons in Syria and blame Assad and his government. And it's the same tactic that has been going on for years and years and years and years. Do the crime and blame someone else. And indeed, the Obama administration on January, I believe it was 28th, 2013, was caught in a leaked memo by a company called Britam, which is a hired security contractor, passing a memo that they were going to deliver WMDs to al-Nusra in Syria. Now, we're going to get into this because this is where Eric Haroun, who was in Syria fighting with al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda, CIA operatives, and sent back to the United States, where he ratted out the CIA and was killed. And in turn, this is the continuation of this whole situation. What we have here, the United States plotted to use chemical weapons in Syria, blame Assad. This was back in 2013, January. They got caught in a memo. And, of course, the memo's been erased from the history text. But some people watched Hellwars and passed the news on and got the news out. And one of those people was a channel called Storm Clouds Gathering. Sometimes people do get the story out for Hellwar News, and Storm Clouds Gathering did just that, as the video they show here was a Hellwar video. But of course, it got deleted, as most Hellwars videos do, because the facts are the facts and they don't like the facts. August 21st, 2013, chemical weapons were used in Syria conflict. Yet again, Western powers and US and France in particular enthusiastically didn't hesitate for a moment to take advantage of the tragedy. You know, the funny thing is, August 21st, 2013, they did the chemical weapon strike anyways, but they were actually caught in a memo in January 2013. Let's find that memo, shall we? Leaked document, U.S. frames Syria chemical weapons attack. Brings us back here again. But I gotta find the other page I want to find here. Sorry about that, folks, but, you know, there's a whole shitload of them. Chemical weapons, false flag, trade of war. A lot of Donald Trump. These are 2017s. We're looking for 2013. And I know I got it here somewhere. I just got to find it. Maybe it's in this link and I'm just overlooking it. Pardon me. All right. This goes into mumbo jumbo. Here we go. Fast forward. January 2013, it was revealed in emails and a large quantity of sensitive documents from Britam Defense, U.S. military contractor. Yes, this is Hellwar News story. These documents expose proposal coming of Qatar to launch a false flag chemical weapons attack in Syria and blame it on the Syrian government. According to the documents, the plan had the full support of Washington. So, of course, the Obama administration gave it the okie dokie, and the CIA would execute the plan and through their little military contractor scam. This is a UK military contractor that took this case. Now, the emails went on. I hope they cut and pasted the emails. So the emails, kind regards, frankly, don't do a good idea, but some prefers emails your opinion. I'll leave you the link to this so you can get to it. I really don't have time to cover it all. But indeed, the United States plotted and got caught through an email by Britham, a military contractor, red-handed. Caught red-handed. I love when they get caught red-handed because that's 100% proof for Hellwar News. Caught red-handed plotting a chemical weapons strike in Syria to blame the Assad administration, and then, of course, that August they followed through with it anyways. Now we're going to go to another site here, Foreign Policy Association. This is funny because this covers al-Nusra and everything. Let's set this up. Assad was not responsible for chemical weapons attack last August, and this covers the whole thing. Again, tells all the facts that happened, and of course, the American and British intelligence community have been aware since the spring of 2013 that some rebel units in Syria were developing chemical weapons. Hirsch wrote he reported that the classified document confirmed that al-Nusra, there it is, al-Nusra maintained a sarin production cell, and it was the most advanced sarin plot since Al-Qaeda pre-9/11 effort. And you have it right here. The Americans knew all about it. They knew perfectly well. Obama even gave the okie dokie, as proven through the emails, to launch that strike. And who was Eric Haroun working for in Syria? Yes, you guessed it, al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda. Okay? There you go. Following the trail of facts, more proof, yet again, that the hired military contractors that are hired by the CIA are indeed ISIS. 100% proof. Now we're going to go to another document, and this document is going to lead us into the false flags of the United States of America, and we're going to start it off with the State Department documents on Blackwater episode. And this here proving that the United States, their main contractor was Blackwater, and Blackwater was their army in Iraq after, you guessed it, the Americans took their army out of there. They're trying to make it look like their army got out of Iraq, and of course the hired military contractors of Blackwater took over. And what ended up happening is Blackwater ended up killing up to 37 civilians and ended up in court with the United States State Department. And of course, during this whole episode, Blackwater representatives threatened, that's right folks, threatened members of the State Department doing the investigation. And from this point on, the bad blood between Blackwater and the United States government would begin. And you got to remember, Obama administration in charge And yeah, false flag after false flag starts happening. Now, Blackwater changed its name, and we're going to get into that in the next episode. Because, of course, after this episode where Blackwater was in court, they had to change their name. And Eric Prince quickly sold the company, and it's been changing hands ever since and then merging with other companies. And we're going to get into that in the next video because it's all important who you know is conducting these false flag operations. Hellwar News, telling it how it is. Stay tuned for part 3. I'm out of here.